Hello, and welcome to the Golfers Gym training video. If you are at this video, you have chosen to utilize our Golfers Gym health and wellness curriculum at your school. And what we're going to do today is we're going to give you some of the finer points of training and utilizing the Golfers Gym system with your students. Don't worry, you don't have to be a great golfer in order to teach the Golfers Gym health and wellness curriculum. Just a dedicated teacher. So, in these lessons, we're going to teach you the basics for teaching the class. And the number one way that I teach kids about safety at the start of the class is to inform them to be very safe with these clubs, because these clubs, some are real clubs, some of our clubs for our younger students are made of plastic, but nevertheless, they can cause harm if a child is waving the club up above their waist. So the first thing I like to tell our students is to be sure to keep the club head down to the ground at all times, because you don't want a kid just swinging around with the club and have a student behind them get hurt, or a student that hasn't been paying attention to the safety rules. So be sure to always emphasize distance between the students and club safety. Now, as I move on to the next lesson, I always teach the kids that we're going to use a basic grip. The grip that we'll be using when teaching the students is called hot dog in the bun. And the reason why it's called hot dog in the bun is because now I am right-handed, so my left hand is going to go at the top of the club. And you see my thumb is pointing straight down the shaft. That is the hot dog. Now, with my right hand, we cover that thumb, and now we have both thumbs pointing straight down the shaft. That's the bun. Kids are going to get a kick out of this. They always laugh when we tell them that this grip is called hot dog in the bun. But this is the grip that we will use through all stations of the Golfers Gym system: driving, putting, pitching, and chipping. So be sure to make sure that the kids listen carefully. It will help speed along in your lessons. Next, you choose which station you would like to start at. I prefer to start just like we were playing a round of golf, and we would start at the driving station. So therefore, we will utilize our driver. First, I informed the kids of the shape of the club head and what the club is used for. Of course, this club is used for teeing off, and you will be at the driving station here where the kids will notice the nets. And what we do is we let them know that these clubs are long, but they're supposed to be long. And then the first thing we teach them is our process. Everything is about process. We don't care if it's math, cooking, shooting a free throw. Everything goes through a process. So the first thing I teach kids is to learn the process. And with the process, we're going to teach them, first, we start with the grip, which is hot dog in the bun. Next, in driving, we set our feet a little wider than our shoulders. This is going to give you stability. Then next, we want to have our kids measure out so that the club head comes around even with the tee and the ball. That way, you kind of assure that the kids are going to make contact with the ball. And then our next step is we want them to know to keep their head down and their eyes on the ball. And we want them to take just a half swing. Not a full swing way back here, but we just want them to come up and practice on making contact at about this distance and then follow through. That way, kids are going to generate success of making contact, which is going to give them better confidence when moving on in the game. So once we do that, each kid will go to the station. There are 5 stations in the Golfers Gym system, and usually you'll have anywhere from 2 to 3 students per station. Once again, emphasize safety. Set up cones so that kids can stay a proper distance behind the person at the station executing the discipline that they're trying to do. And then you'll have students take a swing at anywhere from 1 to 3 balls, depending on the size of your class. And that will be the first step in starting the Golfers Gym teaching curriculum. Now, let's move on to the next discipline,